Hello, it's Natasha. Happy to see you back. Today I wanted to encourage you to enjoy the healing, therapeutic and meditative power of watercolor. I encourage you just to play with your watercolors and create some backgrounds. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to use my Pinkfresh Studio liquid watercolors. You can obviously use any watercolors you have in your stash. I will also need a couple of flat brushes because I'm going to create stripes. Well, rainbow stripes, easy, and rainbow always makes me happy, and I'm sure that it will make many people happy. So if you don't want to watch me create these stripes, it's really quite basic. You can skip straight to the cards because of course we're going to make some cards with these backgrounds. So I will leave the information on the screen for you, so where you can go if you don't want to watch me paint the stripes. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Let's just have fun and let's enjoy our watercolors. Okay, so here are the two backgrounds that I created with my watercolors. One is less controlled and more loose, and the other one is more controlled. So it's important that you dry your stripes before applying the next one. In this technique and in this technique, you obviously don't need to dry anything, and you need to be prepared for the colors mixing in, and I think it's very liberating to let it go, let the watercolor do its thing, and I really enjoy it. And you can use a drier brush, not don't add too much water if you want a little bit more control over what's happening on your piece of paper. So okay, obviously there are so many ways to use these backgrounds for the cards. I mean, you can obviously do so many things with this. I have a couple ideas. I'm going to make two cards, one slimline card and one just a regular A2 size card. So okay, I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so here what I have prepared for my cards. From one stripy panel, I die cut these two frames using diagonal stitched rectangles dies from Pinkfresh Studio. You can die cut solid rectangles with these dies, or you can die cut this thin frame. So I have this thin frame with the stitched detail. I have this frame and this. So for my card I'm going to use these two pieces, and obviously I'm totally not going to throw away this frame because I think it looks very pretty, and I'm going to use it for another project. Also for this card I'm going to use one of these floral die cuts, which is I die cut using one of my all-time favorite die set from Pinkfresh Studio, Dainty Blossoms. So I really like the contrast of the delicate flower with the bold, bright stripes. So and I obviously will need some sentiment, but I haven't decided on it yet. And for my slimline card, I have die cut this piece using Essential Slim Cuts die, diagonal stitched rectangles, and I stamped these silhouette images using wildflower sketches and 3 shades of gray inks from Pinkfresh Studio. If you don't have, for example, many shades of the same color, you can use second generation stamping. So when you stamp your image once and then immediately stamp it the second time, and you will get a lighter image. And I actually used second generation stamp. I'm not sure if you can actually see these very, very subtle and light images, but I have used second generation stamp as well, and stamping as well. And from this panel I die cut the letters, the word thanks, using a Door Alpha set from Pinkfresh Studio. I absolutely love these bold letters, and what is awesome about these dies that they give you the letter and also the outline, and you can obviously use them together or you can use them separately, and I'm going to again use it for another project. And also you see that you get quite a lovely negative panel. And if you line your letters nicely, you can use negative panel as well. So a lot of cards just from 2 watercolored panels. Okay, so I'll assemble my cards and I will get back to you. Okay, so here are the cards I made from our watercolor panels. So this is a regular A2 size card. I adhered it onto colored cardstock to match with the colors of the stripe. And also this card would look beautiful without the sentiment, and I think sometimes it's okay and it's good to have a card without a sentiment, because you can either add a sentiment later when the occasion comes, or just not add a sentiment at all and just write your message or stamp something inside of the card. But I really like the contrast of black over the colored background and these delicate flowers, so I'm really happy how this card turned out. And my slimline card, so I adhered it onto gray cardstock to match with the gray of my floral images. I foam mounted the rectangular panel, adhered my letters, and added some jewels from Pinkfresh Studio to embellish the card a little bit. And I also made an envelope for this card to match my card for to go well with my card. It's not watercolor paper, it's just thin paper I had in my stash, so I created this colorful stripes, added some splatters, and also stamped these silhouette images in rocky slope to coordinate with my card. And honestly, I think I went a little bit overboard with this envelope. I think probably I should have stopped at some point, but well, I think it's still fun, and a custom envelope I think always adds something to your handmade card. And to make this envelope, I used to decorate the flap of this envelope, I used Essential Slim Cut Slim Edges. Remember that all the links to the suppliers will be in the description below. And if you want to know how to make these custom slimline envelopes, I will leave the link to the video in the corner of the screen, so you can check it if you haven't seen it yet. So, and also remember that I have some beautiful leftovers, this frame and these outlines of the letters, which I definitely can use for another project. So many cards just out of 2 small watercolor panels. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you liked this idea, and I hope you find time to do something just for the sheer joy of it. And maybe you don't even have to have the final project in mind. Just go with the flow, play with your watercolors or with other mediums that you enjoy and that make you happy, and maybe this will turn into a card or into a layout or something else, something beautiful and something that makes you or other people happy. So stay safe, stay healthy, have a wonderful day, and see you again soon. Bye.